Thank you, Annick. So happy to be here. I'm Christophe. I come from France. You know where we do regulation. It was mentioned before, and I'm very happy to be here where we do business. The story of Zelros is we are 3 co-founders. I'm personally a tech guy and data scientist. In 2016, I wanted to create a company creating a product with an embedded AI and with a vision of creating a vertical company. We believe a lot in specialization, in domain expertise, and we wanted to also address a big industry with a major impact. There are a lot of them, education and so on, but insurance, if you think about it, is also a domain that really is key in our world, in our society, where the crisis after crisis, security issues, of course, environmental issues, pandemic issues. What will stabilize the world is actually insurance, and so that's why for us insurance is a key industry. You know that in insurance, AI, automation, data will be more and more used. I believe that no one of us is very happy of our insurance, and insurance in a way is broken, and there is a lot to do. I will give 2 examples. One example is Lemonade. Of course, here that is very pioneering in innovation. Recently, they wrote a blog post, for claim settlement on first notification of loss. Something very smart. It was just about recording with your smartphone the fact that you lost something or broke something, and of course dozens of algorithms behind the scene try to detect fraud, because fraud is a major issue in insurance, and it's quite smart because with tons of data points they were able to detect fraud. But the problem is that in this blog post they mentioned that they were using tons of information, including non-verbal information. So what is non-verbal information? When you record yourself and explaining your claim or your damage, you can think about a lot of things, including maybe the color of your skin. And here begins the issue, of course, of fairness and usage of algorithm. I will give another example. There are a ton of them. We experienced for one of our customers. We created a model to automate life insurance underwriting. So we reduced by 10 the time for an application for a life insurance, depending of your personal information. And we trained the model on an history of applications and decisions. And we had a problem because in this history, it happens that they were biased, there were errors. And for example, real doctors with the same type of applications took different decisions. So here we are not speaking about biases of algorithm, we are speaking about biases of real humans. So here is a question, what is the best? Is it a biased algorithm that always is biased the same way, but we know it and we try to improve it, or human people that are also biased in their decisions? So all this to explain that it's a very complex topic. And so at Zelros, and you can switch on the next slide, we focused on a recommendation engine to better match each and everyone's personal needs in terms of insurance with the correct insurance product, cover and service, and of course pricing. Which is a complex problem to solve, because a lot of us are, over-insured or under-insured, and so creating fairness on this is crucial. And on top of the different regulation we already mentioned, GDPR, EU regulation, insurance has also its own regulation. For example, in Europe, there is a regulation called IDD, Insurance Distribution Directive, that enforces the fact that insurers must really prove that they offer insurance that match the real needs of the policy holders. So we have also to translate this into the algorithm. So we took very early in the product design the decision to embed this transparency, this explainability, and this control directly into our products. So it's really by design into the solution. So for us, explainability is not an end by itself, but really a mean and a functionality into the product. We also added, and we keep on improving the solution. For example, to warn when a decision is with a low confidence. You know, the problem with machine learning is that once the system is trained, whatever the question you ask to the machine learning model, it provides you an answer. It doesn't. Never tells I don't know or I'm not sure or so on. So here we added some extra layer of verification. For example, if we make a recommendation with an input vector that has not been seen a lot of time into the training data set, we raise a flag to warn that the decision may be not accurate. And we also added some smart stuff, like for example, controlling the CPU usage of the trained model and to translate into a CO2 emission equivalence, so that also we document this algorithm. More interesting, we were second part discussing about the push-pull on the provider versus demand type of trade-offs. We also work a lot with regulators, because regulators are preparing themselves to control financial services in the future, that where maybe 80% or 90% of their decision on processes will be controlled by algorithms. So being able for these regulators also to have the technical capabilities to control this algorithm is of utmost importance. By the way, in France, regulators organized what they call a bias bounty. It starts to arrive. It's a kind of a hackathon where a black box model is hacked by a community to try to detect biases or problems with regulation into an undocumented algorithm. And finally, outside the product itself, on the ecosystem of insurance, we also believe that the problem of confidence on responsible usage of AI also pass through education, pass through awareness towards users, citizens, and so we try at our modest level also to spread and to inform the community about these issues. So we have different initiatives. One of them is not here. We organize each year one of the largest machine learning contest on hackathon. It's a one-day contest that gathers more than 1,000, I won't say data scientists, because it's open to everyone, including people who for the first time want to experiment data. So it's our contribution also to make awareness to the society, because our profound conviction is that yes, we can go very far in explainability, transparency, and so on, but also it's a responsibility of each of us to also understand and take decision with clear understanding. That's what we do with responsible AI. We are Zelros, and happy to discuss afterwards with you.
Thank you, Christophe. I think Brad. Sorry. Yeah, Brandon. Brandon, come on.
Thank you.